Stephen, the first martyr. This story has 3 sections, and they are actually 3 different locations. You have Stephen that's in the city, and then he's before the council, and then he's outside of the city being killed. You have him being accused, him preaching, and being killed. Those are the 3 sections, so kind of think of those 3 parts. Now for the first part where he's being accused and the last part where he is being killed, I divide sides right here. My right side, which is over here, is things that are happening to Stephen or about Stephen, and over here are those who are accusing him or killing him. Now the middle part is where he preaches, and I bring both hands in and use that for that part. So I'll remind you again how this by using the 2 sides, that will help to remind you who's what. Okay, let's just go through the whole thing. Get your hands up, follow along with me, say the words with me, and I will repeat. I will go back and review. Feel free at any time to stop the film and review parts of it until you get it down. The hardest part is the middle. So let's just start there. Let's just start with the middle and deals it. Now Stephen is talking to him, and so he's talking about Abraham, and this is my sign for Abraham when I kind of pull my beard down. So Abraham, and God says, go to a place. Now your hand's out, and you just simply bring up your finger. That's Isaac, Jacob. And then my sign for 12 is 2 5s, 2 1s. So it's 2 6s for 12. So let's just go. Abraham, go to a place. Isaac, Jacob, 12 tribes. Went into Egypt. Moses brought them out. And he said, there's coming a great prophet like me. Now your hands are still up, and at this point, this becomes part of the crown for King David and Solomon. I always have this for a son. So King David and Solomon. Now, up to this point, in this middle section, we're talking about all the great men that were actually in this series. We have Abraham, Moses, David, and Solomon. So let's just go through that. The next little bit is actually the most difficult. This isn't too bad. So you have Abraham, go to a place. Isaac, Jacob, 12 tribes. Went into Egypt. Moses brought them out. A great prophet that is like me. Okay, King David, Solomon. Now at this hand, your hand's up, and you say, you have rebelled against God and have a cold heart. So rebelled against God and have a cold heart. You're fighting against the Holy Spirit like your fathers. Okay, what is it? Rebelled against God, cold heart. Resisting the Holy Spirit like your fathers. Then you just come right back. They persecuted the prophets like this. You follow in their steps, and you've killed the righteous one. If you get all that down, it's kind of one big hand gesture. It makes it a lot easier. So you have King David, Solomon, rebelled against God, cold heart. Resisting the Holy Spirit, like your fathers. They persecuted the prophets. You followed in their steps and killed the righteous one. Okay. Review that section. Just review what I've taught you so far. And if you got that, the rest of the story is so easy. A lot of action, a lot of adventure, a lot of movement. But this part right here is a sermon, so practice this part. But let's just go back. And let's go back to the first section, quickly go through the middle, and go to the last section. So it starts off, remember the 2 sides. This side is Stephen. This side are those who are accusing him. So we have the power of God is on Stephen. Now I'm going to bring my hand out from my lips to a fist, and that's debate. They debated him. Now this side you have coming out from the head, his wisdom and power. So debate, wisdom and power. Okay, again, the power of God was on Stephen. They debate his wisdom and power. So then they lied about him, moving your finger across just above your chin right there. That's the sign for lying. So they lied about him. And his face is like an angel, kind of looking up and kind of out. Your face is like an angel. The high priest said, "Is it true?" That's all there is to the first section. Quickly, let's just go through it. Power of God upon Stephen. Debate, wisdom, power. They lied about him. Face like an angel. Is it true? His response is, Abraham, go to a place. Isaac, Jacob, 12 tribes went into Egypt. Moses brought them out. Great prophet that's like me. And then we have King David, Solomon, rebelled against God, cold heart, resisting the Holy Spirit, like your fathers, persecuted the prophets. You walked in their steps, killed, condemned and killed the righteous one. Now you go back to the two sides again. They are enraged, your hands facing forward, they're enraged. Stephen is still controlled by the Holy Spirit. And he looks up and sees Jesus on the right side. So you kind of come down and back up. Then you turn your hand. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear it. And so they grabbed him, took him out, threw stones at him. He said, receive my spirit. And then this is a sign, forgive their sins. So hands over and just look up. Forgive their sins. Okay, let's just go back. We have they were enraged, and he was controlled by the Spirit of God. He looks up and sees Jesus at the right hand. Didn't want to hear it, so they grabbed him, took him out, threw him down. Receive my spirit. Forgive their sins. And then you have where they persecuted the church, took people and put them into prison. Okay? As I say, that middle part, if you have that, the rest of it is fairly easy. Let's just start at the beginning and go through the whole thing. Okay? We have the power of God. I want to say it slowly so you can actually go ahead of me. And so I'll try to do it slowly so that you can talk before me. Okay, what is it? Power of God in Stephen. Debate. Wisdom, power. They lied about him. Face like an angel. Is it true? Abraham, go to a place. Isaac, Jacob, 12 tribes went into Egypt. Moses brought them out. Be a prophet like me. King David, Solomon, rebelled against God, cold heart, resisted the Holy Spirit like your fathers, persecuted the prophets. You followed their steps and killed the righteous one. Enraged, saw the heavens, Jesus at the right hand. They didn't want to hear it. Your hand are just turned back. They didn't want to hear it. So they took him and threw him down. Put stones. Receive my Spirit. Forgive their sins. Beginning of persecution. They took believers, put them in prison. Okay, practice that middle section. Then go through the rest of this and stumble through the story. Once you have that sermon down, the rest of the story is easy to tell. And I think this is such an important story. This is the beginning of missions right here. Good story. Well, the Lord bless you as you continue to learn stories from the book of Acts.